Hi there, good morning, and welcome to today's Bedford One Career Conversation. Today we are joined by Mrs. Trish Sawyer. She's a career coach at Jefferson Forest High School. We have Taylor Flint, who's the career coach at Stanton River High School and Liberty High School. And we're joined by Sierra Phillips. She is the HR director at Southern Air in Lynchburg. They serve a good chunk of Virginia. So I'm going to turn it over to her and we will get started. Do you want me to go ahead and start that video first?
Sure, yeah. So my name's Sierra Phillips. I've been with Southern Air for, I guess, about 17 years now. Was going to get Pam to basically just show a video. It's kind of an overview of the company, just to give you a kind of a broad horizon of everything that we do.
Technologies. Southern Air provides our customers the opportunity to voice their changing needs throughout the course of a project. Our staff of licensed professional engineers, designers, and CAD operators have extensive experience in the design of efficient, cost-effective HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems. Southern Air's construction teams are where you can find some of the Southeast's most dedicated tradespeople. We can build or renovate your mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems while staying within your budget. Designing, fabricating, and installing total comfort systems for heating, cooling, and ventilating are where many of our strengths lie. Our certified plumbers, welders, and pipe fitters design and install steam, hot water, chilled water, air, sewer, acid, and chemical process piping. From power distribution to process instrumentation, lighting to telephone networks, Southern Air will design, fabricate, and install your facility's electrical system needs. We also perform plant relocations and rigging operations on any scale. With your comfort systems in place, it takes a team of well-trained technicians to keep them running at their best. Airflow is everything, and problems are rarely as simple as needing air filters changed. Dedicated to maintaining all of your mechanical and electrical system needs, Southern Air upholds the standards of excellence in service. With minimal service call time and effective solutions, our skilled technicians provide planned maintenance, indoor air quality control, water treatment, boiler and chiller repairs, and emergency services. Providing responsive, reliable, and resourceful maintenance, Southern Air's service group remains on the leading edge of commercial and industrial maintenance operations. Providing our families and yours with clean, healthy home environments, Southern Air Residential upholds the standards of excellence in home comfort care. Our team of master certified technicians and their support staff offer a full line of services, including new system installations and replacements, preventive maintenance, indoor air quality inspections, generator installations, and 24/7 emergency services, providing you with peace of mind during inclement weather and power outages. To become a journeyman in the state of Virginia, it all starts here. Electricians, plumbers, sheet metal tradesmen, HVAC technicians, welders. Each trade can come to Southern Air to train and learn high in-demand skill sets. Led by highly experienced master craftsmen, Southern Air's apprenticeship conducts classroom lectures and hands-on education in our world-class fabrications facility. We train the tradesmen of tomorrow, whether you are a high school student unsure of your career path or a seasoned journeyman realizing new, untapped potential. Southern Air started the Wheels of Learning Apprenticeship program in 1995, using the curriculum from the National Center for Construction Education and Research. Our program allows students who complete 8,000 hours of classroom and on-the-job training to earn their journeyman's license without sitting for the test with the DPOR. Once our students meet the DPOR application requirements and remain a Southern Air employee, they get their trades license. It's that simple. If you're looking to gain an education while accruing zero student loan debt, the Southern Air Apprenticeship Program is right for you. Your companies, factories, and arenas are ready to open their doors. Let Southern Air take care of your building so you can take care of your business. We are the experts in design, build, service, residential. We are Southern Air Technologies. Southern Air provides our customers the opportunity to voice their changing needs throughout the course of a project. Our staff of licensed professional engineers, designers, and CAD operators have extensive experience in the design of efficient, cost-effective HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems. Southern Air's construction teams are where you can find some of the Southeast's most dedicated tradespeople. We can build or renovate your mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems while staying within your budget. Designing, fabricating, and installing total comfort systems for heating, cooling, and ventilating are where many of our strengths lie. Our certified plumbers, welders, and pipe fitters design and install steam, hot water, chilled water, air, sewer, acid, and chemical process piping. From power distribution to process instrumentation, lighting to telephone networks, Southern Air will design, fabricate, and install your facility's electrical system needs. We also perform plant relocations and rigging operations on any scale. With your comfort systems in place, it takes a team of well-trained technicians to keep them running at their best. Airflow is everything, and problems are rarely as simple as needing air filters changed. Dedicated to maintaining all of your mechanical and electrical system needs, Southern Air upholds the standards of excellence in service. With minimal service call time and effective solutions, our skilled technicians provide planned maintenance, indoor air quality control, water treatment, boiler and chiller repairs, and emergency services. Providing responsive, reliable, and resourceful maintenance, Southern Air Service Group remains on the leading edge of commercial and industrial maintenance operations. Providing our families and yours with clean, healthy home environments, Southern Air Residential upholds the standards of excellence in home comfort care. Our team of mastered certified technicians and their support staff offer a full line of services, including new system installations and replacements, preventive maintenance, indoor air quality inspections, generator installations, and 24/7 emergency services, providing you with peace of mind during inclement weather and power outages. To become a journeyman in the state of Virginia, it all starts here. Electricians, plumbers, sheet metal tradesmen, HVAC technicians, welders. Each trade can come to Southern Air to train and learn high in-demand skill sets. Led by highly experienced master craftsmen, Southern Air's apprenticeship conducts classroom lectures and hands-on education in our world-class fabrications facility. We train the tradesmen of tomorrow, whether you are a high school student unsure of your career path or a seasoned journeyman realizing new, untapped potential. Southern Air started the Wheels of Learning apprenticeship program in 1995, using the curriculum from the National Center for Construction Education and Research. Our program allows students who complete 8,000 hours of classroom and on-the-job training to earn their journeyman's license without sitting for the test with the DPOR. Once our students meet the DPOR application requirements and remain a Southern Air employee, they get their trades license. It's that simple. If you're looking to gain an education while accruing zero student loan debt, the Southern Air Apprenticeship Program is right for you. Your companies, factories, and arenas are ready to open their doors. Let Southern Air take care of your building so you can take care of your business. We are the experts in design, build, service, residential. We are Southern Air.
I wanted to kind of show that video just because, we have about 800 employees and we're in 3 different states. So we're a pretty big company, but that video kind of just showcases a little bit of everything that we do. We do HVAC, electrical, plumbing, welding, sheet metal. We do service work, BAS. We have our own engineering firm in-house. So our main headquarters is in Lynchburg, which is great for you guys because that's where we have a majority of our work. We have, out of the 800 employees that we have 13 branches, but in Lynchburg, we have about 500 employees out of that branch. So it by far is our largest branch. So of course, we're looking for people to join our team. I think right now, anybody that's looking for a job and in the job market the ball is in your court, because I think every company is looking for people right now. I know we just went and did a salary increase for all of our current employees just to try to make sure we were in line with the market, make sure that, we kept our current employees happy. Pam, do you mind going to the next slide? So I see that there was a question at the bottom about a typical day like in the company. I'll go ahead and answer that. So it would really depend on which trade you're in, if you're in the office or if you're in the field. Both positions pretty much in the field, they usually start, at 7 in the morning, and usually they're done about 4. Most of our job sites, we try to make them work Monday through Thursday. That way they can have, Friday and Saturday and Sunday off with their family or to do, stuff on their own. But most of our job sites, if you're in the field, you're actually going to meet with your foreman. If you're not the foreman and you're not the person that's, driving the company vehicle, you're going to meet with them somewhere, and you're going to go to the job site and basically get started on work in whatever trade you're in for the day. If you're in the office, then most of our office staff work 8 to 5:30. Some of them work a little bit different hours. It just really depends on, what position you're in. And like me, for example, since I'm the only one that does the recruiting, then in the summer months when we're extremely busy hiring people, then I'm probably putting in 60 hours a week. But some of the other departments are pretty steady, and they can work, 40 hours a week. So it really just depends on what trade you're getting in. This slide right here just kind of encompasses a little bit more about the video about our apprenticeship program. So our apprenticeship program I stand behind it. I actually help run the program for the company. We have about 80 students right now that are in the program that are, we consider them state apprentices. So they're, working in whatever trade they're passionate about. So if we have somebody that's working in electrical, for example, then, maybe when they were in high school at a VOTEC or CTE program, then they took some of the NCCR classes there. They would then come on board with us, and those classes would transfer over from their high school into our program, and they would continue that on. So it's a 4-year program with DPOR. You have to be able to get 4 years of education and then 4 years of in the field. So, you do that by starting even whenever you're a junior, coming and working for us during the summers. That way you can hopefully start building your hours in the field. And then, hopefully, like if you're a senior, a lot of our seniors, they will get out of school super early, or some days they won't even go, especially now with the virtual learning. They can kind of, do their learning at different times, and they can work a lot more hours during the day. So, which is nice because you're getting a paycheck. All of even our summer school apprentices that, are 16, 17, we start them off now at $14 to $16 an hour. So it just depends on if you're just starting and you have no experience at all, then you're going to start off at that $14 an hour. But if you have some experience, or you at least know how to use basic hand tools, then we would start you off at 17. And the goal is that basically, when you're done with the apprenticeship program, which if you took 1 or 2 years in high school of the apprenticeship classes, and then you transfer to us, and then you continue on with those, and you're working in the summer and trying to get those field hours, then, by the time in 2 to 4 years, you could basically have your journeyman's card, which is pretty much like a doctor's degree, for a tradesman. So the goal is that in 4 years, you basically have your journeyman's card. You are hopefully at that level where you're starting to, pick up on work, and you can actually maybe even run some small jobs, which means that you're going to get a company vehicle. which also means that, you know, you're going to be making more money. We have a student right now that he did 2 years in high school of VOTEC. He worked with us during the summer. His last year, he actually worked with us all summer. Overtime does count towards those hours of working in the field. So he actually worked for us for 2.5 years, and he was able to finish out all of his classes. He's now running work, and he's making $32 an hour. So that's amazing for somebody that's 21 years old with no college debt. So it's definitely a great pathway. I actually put a career in construction can take you all the way to CEO, because our president that just retired, he actually started with us in high school and moved his way up and became president of the company. So it definitely is, no matter what construction company you look at, then there's always a pathway. You can either go to college and you can go, that route to basically get into like a higher level with the company, or you can get into an apprenticeship and it'll take you to the same place. It really just is up to you which pathway you want to go. Pam, do you mind going to the next slide? So this kind of just tells a little bit about some of the same stuff I've already talked about. We do have careers in the office as well, like it's getting into project management, estimating, our engineering, admin, of course, HR. Like I said earlier, I've been with the company for almost 17 years, and I started actually as a project manager assistant. I worked for a company in North Carolina when I went to Wake Forest, and I was doing that to pay for school, and I ended up loving it. And I worked on a job in North Carolina with my old company, and Southern Air was doing the job as well. And I ended up working, side by side with their project manager, and got offered a position here. Was one of the best moves I made. Not only do I love my job and love the company, but I love this area. So, there's definitely a lot of different pathways. We have some employees that will come to us that went to a 4-year college degree, they got it in something that they can't find a job in, and they'll end up coming to us and starting at the bottom and going through their apprenticeship program. We have some that come and want to actually get into, estimating or engineering, or just, there's so many different roles. And honestly, it's like that with a lot of companies. You just have to find what you're passionate about. That's the big thing. No matter where you go, you got to figure out what you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about it, then it's just going to be a job. And I can tell you that, is there days that it's frustrating for me, that my job is really frustrating? COVID was a huge impact for us. As you can see, I'm still working remotely most of the time when I'm not on the road, but it was extremely a lot of work. Me and the safety director took on not only our current roles, but we also had to make sure that all 800 of our employees followed the COVID protocol. And when they got sick, they called us at all hours of the night, on the weekends, holidays. We also had to do that for all of our contractors to make sure they were following. So, whatever job you get into, make sure you're passionate about it, and make sure that you're able to be flexible. That's another big thing, because especially this kind of just shows you that, you have to be able to bend to different things. If you're stuck in one way and you don't like change, then that can definitely be a hard thing, and it can set you down. The company definitely took care of us for putting in all of the extra time, and we were rewarded for that, not only just because we had jobs the entire time, but they financially rewarded us as well. So we were just happy to have a job, especially with all of the stuff that was in the economy, laying off. So construction, I think every construction company that I spoke to, their people were working, which is a big thing. It definitely tells you it's a good trade to get into. That kind of tells you some of our benefits. Make sure no matter what company you look at, that you're looking at the whole package. Make sure you're looking at, not only opportunities to advance, but opportunities where they have a 401k, that they're matching you, that they have, a great health insurance plan. That we're actually an employee-owned company, so we have an ESOP program. Education, where they're helping kind of advance you. just make sure, I know that you might be young and some of that stuff might not make a lot of sense, but thankfully when I was young, my very first job, I started putting money into a 401k, even though at the time I had no idea what a 401k was. And I'm so thankful now that I did. Let's see, I see a question. So what do you like most about your career? Great question. So personally, I like working with people. Sometimes they're the worst and the best thing about my job, but I really do like working with people. Some of my most touching moments, I think, just in the 16 years I've been here, are going to the high schools and going to all of the hiring events and, you know, finding students that are interested in getting into a trade and then watching them grow in it. You know, I mean, we have so many students that have came to us and they're young and they have so many, you know, different stories going on. We had one student that his parents actually both passed away in a horrible car accident right after we hired him, and we were able to help him. And, you know, I mean, just to me, that's the touching part, is just seeing that you're giving back not only to the company, but you're giving back to society, and you're able to kind of see people grow, because it not only helps them and the company, it's also helping their family. You know, I mean, we all want to make a living. We all want to be able to provide for ourselves. So to me, that's probably my best part of my job. If you ask somebody in the field, or you ask even a project manager, they're going to tell you their favorite part is actually seeing a building from the ground up. Seeing it from, you know, a set of plans to actually one day walking on the job when you're turning it over to the owner, and just seeing that whole process. I know that when I talk about people, I get emotional. When they talk about jobs, they get emotional. So like I said, you just got to find what you're passionate about. And sometimes that takes working at, you know, your first job and realizing either you hate people, you love people, either you like working with your hands. My very first job was at McDonald's. I'm not ashamed to say that. I think I learned a lot by working there. In college, I worked 3 different jobs. One of them was at a general contractor's office, and 2 of them were in the restaurant business. So I think you learn a lot by just having your first job, learning how to interact with people, and learning kind of the soft skills, learning about yourself, getting some confidence. So I don't know if either one of you guys have worked yet, but if you have, then good for you. If you haven't, then everybody's hiring right now. So it's a good time to get into the market. Pam, do you mind going to the very last slide? So if you are interested in, you know, getting in a trade, even if it's just for the summer and you want to try it out and make some extra money, or if you're looking for a career in it, then that's basically a direct link to a generic application for us. You can also go to our website, and it actually has specific jobs that we have openings right now. Like I said earlier, we're hiring like crazy right now, because all of the jobs, all the projects that we had that were kind of put on hold because of the pandemic, you know, all of the customers were a little bit worried. They have all kind of opened up right now. So we're crazy busy in every single branch. So I've been on the road doing this a lot, but you know, some of the other things I think that companies would be looking for is, if you do apply for a job, then, you know, a resume for somebody that's younger really isn't a huge thing for me. I really don't look for a resume. It's more so I'm going to go look on your social media and see kind of what your social media looks like. So make sure and keep that, make sure and keep it blocked if you have negative stuff on there, so people can't see it. A lot, no matter what company you go to, I would say nowadays is going to require you to do a background and to do a drug test. So just make sure and try to, you know, stay clean. It definitely will prohibit you in getting in certain places if you have items on your background, or you might not be able to drive a company vehicle if you can't, you know, if you have too many points on your DMV. So just make sure and try to stay clean. I saw a question come up, but then it went away before I was able to get to it. Is there any way you can tell me what that question was, Pam?
Yeah, so I just put in there, I just typed into the chat the apply.southernair.com so that people could see it. But the question I think that you're maybe talking about, it says, what are employers looking for in career skills, education, experience?
So if it's somebody that is younger, then I always look for, somebody maybe that has done, if they haven't worked anywhere, maybe that they've done volunteer stuff, helping working on a farm, or, some type of like being in, any type of sports activity, or just something that shows that you have drive, I guess is a good way to put it. We definitely are safety conscious, and safety comes first no matter what. We start all of our meetings with safety. We have safety talks on every single job. Before you do a task, you have to do a safety chart, basically saying, what steps you're going to take. So being able to know how to use basic hand tools is a big thing. If you don't know how to use them, that's fine. I think, we'll teach you, but just you being honest about that you don't know how to use them. Because the last thing we want to do is you tell us you know how to use them, and then us give you a task thinking you know how to use it. And even a basic hand drill, there's a correct way to use it and there's an incorrect way. And we have had somebody actually, hurt the wrist by trying to take it out and holding it. And when they did, it like slung their hand and hurt their wrist. So just knowing, basic hand tool stuff. And again, that's something that we'll teach you in the apprenticeship program. You actually do a whole level on it. So, and we teach, CPR and first aid. So all of that stuff kind of goes, it will go with whatever company you're with. Safety will be a big thing. They don't want you to get hurt on the job site. Nobody wants to make that call to a parent or to a spouse that, somebody's been hurt. Any other questions?
So here's another question. Do you guys do like houses and buildings, and like what's the biggest job you guys have ever done? Or one that the students might be familiar with?
So we do a lot of work at Liberty here that they would probably be familiar with. But our biggest job that we've ever done, we're doing right now, we're in the middle of it. It is at Virginia Tech, and it is a $43 million job. So we're basically doing MEP on that job, which means we're doing the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So we have about 110 employees that are working on that job every day to get it done. That's probably our biggest. It's going to be a new dorm for students there. So that's probably our largest job that we've done. We did the Western State Hospital, which was the second largest before this. And it was, I think, around $30 million. So, we do anywhere from $1,000, job to a job that scale. It really depends on, when we bid on jobs, and it really just depends on the contractor, who's the lowest. But we've even gotten jobs where we're not the lowest, but we've worked with that contractor on other jobs, and they knew that we could get the work done, and they knew it was quality work, and they've given us the job, which means a lot. That says a lot, because sometimes it's all about who's the lowest.
Well, this has been great, and I don't see any other questions that have popped up at this point. So, but I do appreciate all your time today. We'll stop recording here in just a second. And if there's anybody else on the call that wants to ask maybe a question offline, you might be, I don't know if anybody's just shy right now. But anyway, we really appreciate your time today, Sierra. And like I said, I put the apply.southern-air.com in the link. So if any students are interested in learning a little bit more about Southern Air, about how to apply for an apprenticeship there, you guys feel free to go ahead and do that. But with